Hey guys, this is your friendly neighborhood DJ Xquizit. Today we're talking about Spotify Part 2. Hopefully last episode got you guys a bit excited about what is Spotify and turning it into a revenue stream. I know I sound a little like a network marketer, like your auntie getting you over to her house trying to get you to enlist. Any conversation about Spotify will always bring up 3 different subjects. You'll hear us talk about algorithm, release radar, discover weekly. Alright, so instead of explaining the algorithm and all that, just do me a favor. Go on Spotify. Under discover, you'll see that there's a spot called discover weekly. If you want to pause the video, that's fine. Just listen to a few of the tracks. If you use Spotify on a regular basis, like half the jams that are going to be suggested to you are masterpieces. They're going to be tracks that it's like Spotify knows you. That's what we're trying to do with our song. The trick with Discover Weekly is teaching the algorithm what our song is. That list is going to be songs you've never heard before that have made an impact over the last 2 weeks. A brand new song won't appear on there. It has to be at least 2 weeks old. Next thing, release radar. This is going to be a fast episode. If you go on your release radar, you'll notice that the artists you follow, every time that they release a new song for 2 weeks, you're going to see them in that list. But if you don't follow that many people, you're going to get suggestions. Same thing with your songs, right? If you only have 92 followers, but you want to go ahead and see what you can do about getting 3, 5, 10,000 people to listen to your track per day or per week or per month during each release period, and this is going to help. And then finally, Discover Weekly. The idea of what I'm going to be teaching you guys in the next episode is teaching Spotify what your song is. That's the important thing. You release a song, it's under dance electronic. That's all they know. They don't know if it's progressive trance, if it sounds like a Jana Beats, if it's big room, if it's psytrance, they don't know. So the whole idea about us putting it on playlists, doing all of those things, it's in an effort to teach it what kind of track it is. There's a bunch of things that they follow, things like how much energy it has, acousticness, all of those things. Spotontrack.com is a good resource. It's not free anymore, so you might have to buy a subscription, but you can see each of the songs has the different elements. Discover Weekly is one of those things that's actually kind of easy to understand, right? Listener 1 listens to songs A, B, and C. Listener 2 listens to songs B, C, and D. So a couple weeks later, Spotify's going to realize this and it's going to go to listener 1 and say, hey, check out track D. You might enjoy it. Same thing with listener 2. It's like, hey, you might like track A. That's the whole playlist, getting authentic listens, all of those things is meant to do. It's you're teaching Spotify what your song is, what style it is, what's the best crowd for it. I'll go more in detail in the next episode. I'll be blunt. It comes down to it is your responsibility to find out which are the playlists that are best for you. It is your responsibility to figure out what their contact info is. It is your responsibility to strike up a conversation with them. And it is your responsibility to build a professional relationship to get them to support your tracks. Now, keep that in mind. You need to start taking responsibility for yourself. You have to put a priority. Spotify is not a passive thing. You look for promo emails all the time. Look for Spotify curator emails. In the end, getting played by some DJ, he might be signed to Armada or whatever, will help, but getting a good curator who has a lot of organic traffic will help a lot more. I'm also going to teach you guys at a much later episode the advantages of creating your own playlist and following other people. There's actually a lot of benefits to that as well. But for now, I'm signing off. Peace.